the man in the suit. It's a legend. It's Brian Cruse. Cruse Control Show. Cruse Control Show. Wow. Cruse Control Show. Cruse Control Show.
Live from Michigan, it's Friday night in time for the Kruse Control Show. And here's our host, live from Michigan, Brian Kruse.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Friday. I have no idea what it is. Friday. It is Friday. Oh, December 27th, 2024. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I'm your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I'm in Michigan tonight. It's happening. You know what? I'm here. Happy holidays. Hope you had a great holiday season. Had a great time with your families, your friends. You had some stuffings, some turkey, maybe some ham, all that ham stew, ham on the bone, ham by itself, ham alone. I don't know. Hope you had a great time. Good to see you back. Happy Friday. Love you guys so much, and missed you this week. So we're happy to have a great conversation. It is Friday, and welcome us back as always. Of course, he's here, the Thirsty Daddy, GR Waters. How you doing, GR? How you doing?
Doing great, Brian. Happy to be here again with all our friends on a Friday night.
How was your holiday festivities, GR?
Very festive.
Super festive. Was it like monumentally super festive, GR?
Well, the food was.
Beyond that, you're like,
Daddy, thirsty
It
daddy.
was a great.
Who your daddy, thirsty daddy?
Great time. Me and my two roommates.
yeah, they're having a good time with
You
you.
didn't know it's you, Peppy. We had a blast.
Are
You have a
you
camera,
teasing the pep star?
That's a good question. Are you teasing the pep star, GR? Are you teasing him?
You know I have to.
Too
I'm just saying,
much.
it'd be
It's
nice
too
to all the
much.
Hey man, you better leave him alone. You better leave him alone because
I'm not rolling over on this one. Nope, not I.
Yep. Don't listen to Peppy, GR. Good to see you, man. Good to see you as
I know.
always.
You know how he is.
I know.
He's
Good
so
to see ya.
temperamental.
He's just peppy. He's just having a great time. Welcome back, GR. Good to see you. And also joining us back on Kruse Control, GR. We know him. We love him. Rat 3Gs, everybody. Here he is one more time. Mr. Ronald Todd Woodward. How you doing, Ron?
Hey guys, Merry Christmas.
Woo! Merry Christmas.
How are you?
Good. How you doing? How was your holidays?
I'm doing well. They were quiet, but I get to have another Christmas tomorrow because the T-Man will be with me.
Yeah, I can't wait. I wish he was here now.
How's 3Gs going?
Yeah,
Reggie's
good
going
question,
great.
man. Yeah, I know. Like GR was saying before we came on, you had a new like a little special you had out for 3Gs, a new different performance that he loves so much. I wish I knew the whole inside scoop of what happened on that 3Gs. So
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, I'll totally give it to you at another time. Absolutely.
okay, well, we're happy to have you here, Ron. Anything you're happy about this new year or this end of this year and coming into a new year? Anything you're thankful for, excited about?
I hate to be this guy, but I'm gonna be. I'm thankful that 2024 is ending.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there with you. I am right there with you, Ron. It's about time. We're finally gonna move on to what comes next. So. Happy to see you, Ron, as always. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. And also joining us back on Kruse Control, everybody. Happy to have Ron here, fellow producer, the Thirsty Daddy. We also have everybody from the show, everybody. Mr. Jonathan McFadden, welcome back, Jonathan.
Winning. I was banging 7 gram lungs. That's how I roll. Winning. I had 1 gear. Go. Epic winning.
Everybody, Gilmore, I love the judge costume. And what exactly is 3Gs? Do you
It's
mean
a suit.
3,000?
3Gs. It's a morning thing I do, and it's 3Gs. What you're grateful for, what is good about you, and what your goals are for the day. I start out my day with that, and people love it.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds really positive. That's great.
Yeah, it's
I
super
could use
positive.
a little bit of that. I thought you meant like $3,000. You got 3Gs. How's that going? It's going great.
I got 3 G's on it.
Right.
No. The line's very inspirational. Yeah, and I love when Torbett's involved with it too. It's a lot of fun because like Torbett's popping in there too. And there's one one of my favorite ones still always comes to my mind. There's one where they're going back and forth about what they're grateful for. And it's like him and Torbett walking side by side, and it's an amazing one. It's just really good. Like they're also kind of like bouncing off. We bounce off each other. It's so much fun. So and plus like knowing you too, it's like I love it. It makes me smile even more. But even not knowing you makes me smile. So everybody check that. We'll find a link for that one. I had to find a link for that one. Merry Christmas. What up? What's up, Queen? Good to see you, Queen. Good to see you.
Hi, Queen.
Check out At3Gs, everybody. Everybody check out At3Gs. If you haven't checked it out yet, you've been watching Kruse Control, you got to check out At3Gs across the board, everybody. And we're going to have a fun night tonight, as we always do on Kruse Control. It is Friday, so Thirsty Daddy might have a few cocktails.
A few?
What was it, like Gatorade and Stoli or something? What do you like?
No, this is just a plain old-fashioned screwdriver. With
What is that?
More,
That's orange
more
juice.
screw than driver.
I tried to let you down easily
yeah,
by
orange juice
telling
and a
you
lot
I
of
found you
vodka.
disgusting.
Dave, leave GR alone,
Thank you,
okay, Dave? Dave is here, of course, too. Dave, his internet might be in and out, but Dave, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hey, yeah, I said you're here. I'm happy to have you here, man. I'm sorry your service sucks so bad.
I tried to let you down easily by telling you.
I know. Leave us alone, Dave. Yes, okay, Dave. Happy to have Dave here, too. He might pop in and out. He's always kicking ass. He's all kicking ass.
That was awesome.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks. Alfred, good to see you,
Everybody
man.
likes the hat, Ron.
Right.
Yes, do that. I love it.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm happy to have you. Santa Ron here. We got GR. We got Jonathan. We got Dave Batista as always. But it doesn't matter if we're all here or not. It could be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It could be 8 days. There's only one thing going down on Kruse Control, but that is a lot of what? It is a lot of Jonathan. Can you say it?
Of headlines? Breaking
Ron,
news.
can you say it? There we go. Breaking news. Come on. What was that, GR? Oh, I didn't think I was even doing that. Well, the very first thing I want to talk about, though, GR, something weird happening. The very first thing I want to talk about is, of course, the box office, because everybody's talking about Sonic the Hedgehog right now. That's out. Mufasa's out. Who's winning? Well, Sonic just officially dropped overseas, too, because it was only here for the first little get-go. But they've already made like $70 million domestically. They're hoping to do even better. It keeps going up and going up every time. But on top of that, too, Mufasa is not doing as well as they expected it to, unfortunately. So if you're a Mufasa fan, I've still been seeing. Tell me if you've seen it, because honestly, I keep reading that the music wasn't necessary, and I was like, I really want it to be good. I want it to be good. I know, I want it to be good, but I think that overall it's like tough because again, you're trying to top the Lion King, and like Lion King 1.5 didn't work. Of course, they tried to do a prequel before it didn't work, but of course, overall, Sonic's doing better right now domestically because overall they made 42 million here in the United States domestically, but 197 overseas and domestically, which is pretty good actually, but not that great for how much money it costs. They're barely making their money back. And top of that, Wicked's still making great money. Moana 2 is still dominant. They made 363 million domestically. That's not across $1 billion. I bet it does. And Gladiator's still trickling behind. But I just think that overall, there's a lot of movies out. We got you out. It's the holiday season, right? I love Sonic. Sonic was great. It was fun. Sonic was a lot of fun. Mufasa, tell me about that. If you saw it, let me know if it's good, because people are still seeing Wicked, even though it's already going to be going now to home box office very soon. Because right now, it's been out for not that long, 40 days. After this 40-day window, on December 31st, you'll be able to watch this officially digitally. So That's a short window, 40 days, really short. They also announced on top of that, the second one's be called Wicked for Good. It sounds like GR's love life. And I just
Thank you very much.
Is that a round of applause?
Right,
it's a round of applause for GR. But
you gotta quit putting my love light out in public there.
I'm sorry, GR. It's just, you tell me so much. I just have to help people out know who you are. That's all I'm saying. But Wicked was fun. The single version is out there. Wicked is doing a lot better though than GR than the Lord of the Rings. The Rohan movie came out, the animated movie, and everyone's trash talking this. They're saying it's like the worst animated film ever. It came out December 13th. It's already digital. December 20th. Did you see it? Did you watch it? GR's
I wouldn't waste my time.
I know, GR. A lot of people are like, what hell? Because it's been 14-day window and it's coming to streaming. 14-day window, December 27th. Now it's officially going to be out and you can check this out. So that's crazy to me. I'm like, that's like no time at all.
That's officially the shortest theater, Brian. That's officially the shortest theater run ever.
That's insane, GR. Honestly, are you surprised by that though?
No, I mean, you take a classic like those three movies,
right?
And put out this piece of trash that's supposed to be 187 years before it.
They were like all excited about it. No. Now, even like most of the voice cast coming forward saying they kind of did dirty by them too. So I'm just like, okay. Well, honestly, I'm excited about it. I know Mike was excited about it, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's not making its money. Unlike Creature Commandos, because Creature Commandos is coming back for a second season. So I was saying, if you're a fan of Creature Commandos, like honestly, there's 7 episodes, have not even debuted the whole 7 episodes. And James Gunn came forward to say, yes, we're doing a second season, continuing forward to this anime series, of course, is very much like Suicide Squad. I know if Jordan was here, he'd be trash talking it because he's like, oh, it's too much. I actually kind of enjoy it. It's fun. Let it be. Leave James Gunn alone. Leave him alone. Because I think it's fun, and this is how they're starting it. Yes, it could have been live action. I think it would have been fantastic live action. Made more sense. Been better than Suicide Squad. Oh, but they tried this.
You mean James Blank?
Oh, James Blank, GR. Don't leave James Gunn alone, GR. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, GR. You're being too tough on this man. He just started the DCU. Superman trailer was good. It was good. This might be great. It might be great.
Trailers are always good. You take a few seconds out of a movie, and it makes it look good.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
He's going to fire blanks.
Well, GR, look at the new Happy Gilmore trailer just dropped, too. Because Happy Gilmore dropped his first trailer. And honestly, teaser trailer. So you're not seeing a lot. You're seeing only like a smidgen of what's actually going on in this world of Happy Gilmore. But let's watch it. Let's talk about it. Here it is. Here's the trailer.
It's great to see you back, Mr. Gilmore.
Yeah, baby! We've only just begun.
Gilmore.
Big David.
Teaser. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, teaser. Not showing much for it, but you'll get so much from a teaser sometimes. I still think people are gonna be excited about this too. I think they will be. I know. Like I loved Happy Gilmore. I still love Adam Sandler back in the day what he did. I think it was fun. So hopefully it's great. I know people are raving about it and they're excited about it. Coming out in 2025. No official release date. Yeah, we got that teaser, but no release date. Come on, guys, give us some more. And apparently, Jessica Jones was to come back. Now this whole thing here. Now, of course, Kristen Ritter's been in the news, of course, for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. She's a big part of that. But now, no Bob Barker, man. That's horrible, man. Oh my God, man. I'm giving that a womp, Alfred. R.I.P.
Well, it's kind of hard to have the dead people in the movie.
Well, not anymore. I mean, you've got AI; they can generate him somehow.
No, we don't. We don't support AI.
We don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't support AI, but AI does dominate the ethoverse of the entertainment industry now. It's what it is. It's what it is.
So.
And AI did not make my background. I'm just saying. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. But I would say that I'm
you're
really
in trouble, Brian.
I know. Yeah, I'm learning for SAG president. We'll talk about that later.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Control. Yes,
Control. The one drug to rule them all. That's what I'm saying, you know. But Jessica Jones,
I'll take 5 doses, please.
5 doses and get the 7th one free, GR. So you think about that, Jonathan. Think about that. But Kristen Ritter recently said that she would come back to be Jessica Jones. Now, the Netflix show was very, very popular back in the day. They did like 3 seasons. But the official like animation department head of television, streaming, and animation came forward, Brad Windenbaum, and he said that he wants her back, and they're trying to bring Jessica Jones back for that career. And so as soon as Ritter said, hey, call me up, I'm ready to go. Now, of course, one person says we want that, an actor says yes. Will it actually happen? Only time will tell, but I will say this, I think she will be back. And I think the whole Daredevil thing only leads her being back. Come on, guys, it's going to make sense. It's that whole universe coming back again from Netflix. So honestly, it's going to happen. And what did Queen say about Bob Barker? I miss Bob Barker. He was a freaking man. And I got to tell you, because the whole MCU is amazing. I hope they do a Deadpool Wolverine, or get back together one more time. A different version, because Sean Levy, Hugh Jackman, and Ryan Reynolds are doing a new movie, I should say, called Boy Band. Now, we knew that Ryan Reynolds was doing this before. Ryan Reynolds announced it like 6 months ago. Sean Levy signed on, and now Hugh Jackman signed on. It's about a bunch of boy band members who are older and trying to figure their stuff out. So honestly, we'll have to see where that goes. I think it'd be fun. I think that Hugh Jackman would probably have to be like either like the old bad boy, you know what I mean, in the group. Maybe he's the bad boy, and then maybe Ryan Reynolds is like the Justin Timberlake version, and they're like trying to figure that out. He's the bad boy, or he's got to be the manager. That's all I'm saying. I think he just has that grizzled kind of look. Manager, bad boy, something in there. We'll have to wait and find out. And speaking of bad boys, Alec Baldwin's back in the news one more time, guys, because Alec Baldwin is back in the news for the Rust trial. Now, they were we talked about this a while ago, the prosecution was trying to appeal the whole decision, saying, hey, we want to go back to court. A lot of stuff that happened in that trial was not right. They were trying to blame the judge, trying to blame the defense, going back and forth. We talked about all that, the bullets being relayed into information a lot later than they should have been. But apparently after this all said and done, it's not going to happen because now the prosecution has dropped everything. It's a comedy, Queen. The boy band was a comedy. They're dropping everything, and Alec Baldwin is a free man, and he cannot be tried again. So if you're a fan of Alec Baldwin, you're doing this, you're choosing. If you're a fan of Alec Baldwin, and if you're upset about this, you're probably going. At the end of the day, I tell you this. Kind of thought it was going to happen because the way that the prosecution shit the bed during that whole thing, I knew this was going to go down. They shit it bad. And then even going back to it, I'm like, it's not going to happen. I know GR said it more. We talked about it, but end of the day, sorry. Sorry for like the whole everybody on set, because honestly, I just want set to be safer. And I feel like we have screwed up the pooch on this a lot. We need to be safer on set, take care of this, because honestly, bullets on set should never be there. Blanks should be there. I think what we can do and make it realistic is amazing, but we have to have the right precautions and the right people in charge of these prop guns. I've worked on Westworld for years. I've seen it done right. I see how safe they can be. And unfortunately, these independent productions sometimes go too far. And I think at the end of the day, they should have been safer than they were. And that's all I can say about that. And I just don't want it to go away because it's so great and it shows so much realism. Just like Home Alone. There's so much realism in Home Alone, right, everybody? So much realism. They come into your house. Well, here's some realism for you. Because apparently Joe Pesci actually bit Macaulay Culkin's finger in the holiday season. There's a sequence where, I have a picture for it. He actually put his finger in his mouth. And during the take, he was so in character, he bit his finger and left a scar on Macaulay Culkin's finger. Yeah. Holiday season for you. So much so that Macaulay still shows it. He talks about it, but it just came out now where they're talking about now this new year about how he actually did that. And then Joe Pesci never actually breaks character, and he broke because like, oh, are you okay? I didn't mean to actually bite your finger off. Unlike Crocodile's biting everybody off, but Crocodile Dundee's Crocodile has died, everybody. That's another thing that happened. It's sad to hear because I love Crocodile Dundee. I don't know if you ever not. Yeah, he's great. And I wish he was going to be okay. But after 80 years old, he was the man Bert for a long time here, starring in all the Paul Logan movies.
90.
And 90. I thought he was 90. I thought 80 years. I think he did the movies for 80 years. Was that? No, 90 years old.
No, the Crocodile lived to be 90 and Crocodile 8 years.
I thought he was 9. Okay. All right, GR.
What exactly are crocodile years? Are they the same as human years?
Longer than human years.
I need to go to the crocodile aficionado, Mr. GR Waters here. GR, please tell us more.
Well, that crocodile lived the great last 15 years because he helped really kickstart tourism to Australia because it helped bring the animal world fear into tourists. So he was an amazing character. I
He
mean,
paved the way for other crocodiles with similar Hollywood dreams.
Since the 1986 movie came out,
and there's
he's
so
been
many of
paving
them.
that way. Been paving that way. Been paving that way. And we love him so much for that.
Brian,
but-
take Alfred E. Newman's comment that's been on the screen for 20 minutes off the screen.
It's not on the screen that I see.
Well, I am.
I don't see it.
I don't have anything.
I don't have anything either, GR.
Okay. Then it just likes me, I guess.
It likes you. And it also likes you. A lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news.
It's that crew troll, man.
It's like GR's been taking his crew troll every day. Oh boy. Well, happy holidays, everybody. Thanks for being here. A lot of breaking news. That's always so exciting because there's always a lot going on in Kruse Control. And also, I'm so excited to see what everybody say about all the latest breaking news because that was that time. But that 1 minute clock for my guests have to say is there. Hot takes. Let's do it. All right, everybody. Now it's that time for those hot takes. This is that time to put that 1 minute on the clock, and all my guests get 1 minute bringing on all their hot takes on latest breaking news. Now, can they do it before that bomb blows up, or will they not? And that's fine if they don't, because again, it comes down to you, the audience, decide who is our winner of hot takes. And I'm so excited, as always, to find out who is going to win. And let's go to our panel. All right, man, it's hot take time. It's hot take time, and I'm super excited. Ron, yes. Who's going to go first? Are you going to be sending out? You're bringing the presents first, or are you going to send it to somebody else?
I'm going to go first because this one just came up to me. Somebody has to go outside. So even though we did it right before the show.
All right, Ron. Okay.
Do it, and then I'm going to take her. Let me pull
and
up
I think Ron has some special magic happening tonight, maybe. Huh?
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
All right, Ron. Let's make this happen. As always, Ron, I'm excited for you. I feel like tonight is your night. It is hot take time. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. You get it, Ron. Hot takes.
Ho, ho, ho. Box office numbers. I think that's great. I just hope people don't become too confident thinking that this Hollywood thing is over and they can just start doing business as usual. It's not that way. Wicked gets a part 2. I'm not surprised. Or Wicked's part 2 gets a title. Got it. Lord of the Rings coming to digital. Cool. Creature Commandos Renewed. I had not seen the first one. I just know of the word commandos meaning something else completely different. Happy Gilmore 2. That sounds fun. I like Adam Sandler. Kristen Ritter wants back as Jessica Jones. Then she should be back as Jessica Jones. Deadpool doing an official comedy. That's fucking hysterical. Oh, there we go. We're not on Amazon. The Rust case is officially over. Finally. Oh my gosh. Home Alone has a biting incident. That is funny. I just find it kind of weird that after all this time it would come up. And Crocodile Dundee, the crocodile dies. R.I.P. I guess they're all going on that show. And since we only had 10, that's not that early.
Great hot takes.
Yay!
Thank you.
How do you feel, Ron? Feel good?
Feel good. Yep, I feel confident with this one.
Yeah. Great hot takes. Brought to you by Crew Troll. If we just talk about it, it'd be even more fun. All right. Who's going next, Ron? Who do you think? Is it going to go to Jonathan or the Thirsty Daddy? Who are you thinking?
Let's bring it to Jonathan.
Okay.
Jonathan's favorite time of the night, right, Jonathan?
I don't know why I always get so stressed out over this. I don't know.
I don't either.
You shouldn't be stressed, man. It's all good. It's all chill. It's it's just a game. We're having a good time. Yeah. We're having a good time. Come on.
I recognize that. I realize that. It's just, I think it's just built in from the very first show where I was just like, what? Anyway.
Well, Jonathan, you also have that twinkle in your eye. And that always helps, right?
You've been waiting for a reason to use that sound effect. I'm glad you used it with me.
Hey, I use it when I can. Just I use, you're also very strong in X-Men. You know that? You're very strong.
Yes. Oh, best version of X-Men, by the way.
All right, dude. Here we go.
Here we go.
Hot takes. 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
So Sonic versus Mufasa. Well, I didn't even see the first Sonic movie, and what we need more of in Mufasa's land is, well, none of it. Like, do we really need another Lion King? We need less. Not, but I'm fucking up this joke. All right, Wicked for Good. I thought that was great for GR's dating profile. Lord of the Rings. Weren't there already 6 3-hour movies? Now we need another cartoon. I'm done with the story. I understand the story. Creature Commandos, you're right. Live action would have been great. Happy Gilmore 2, perfect. You can't go wrong with Adam Sandler. Jessica Jones, her superpowers being forgettable. Alec didn't deserve what he got. The whole finger biting thing today would be a lawsuit all over the news. And Crocodile Dundee, I don't even remember what that movie was about. But I remember that hat became famous. That's all.
Hell
I got.
yeah, it did. Great.
Winning. That's how I roll. Winning. 1 year, go. Epic winning. Are you bipolar? I'm by winning. Win here, win there, win everywhere.
Great hot takes, Jonathan. Great hot takes. Because we all went already, so I guess we're gonna send it over to the thirsty daddy right here.
Yeah.
And the thirsty daddy's got to be prepared. He's got to be raw, real, and in your face right now to bring these hot takes. Right, GR? You feeling that way?
Oh, you know I gotta be. I'm following 2 hot young men.
Oh, shit. Move on.
It's typical
Thanks,
Friday
Peppy.
for
Well,
GR.
compared to me, they are young men, Brian. Come on, you know
Watch
that.
it, buddy.
I don't think Peppy liked that, man. I don't think he liked it.
Well, Peppy, you're an old fart too, so live with it.
It's some bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
What is going on right now?
We got a bunch of player haters up in here.
Thanks, Peppy. Thanks, man. Whew. All right, GR. You feeling good?
Let's do it.
All right.
We'll do it
Yes.
till we're satisfied.
All right, GR. Here we go. Oh, boy. I think GR has been waiting for those hot toddies to be coming out tonight. Here we go. All right, GR. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Let's get your hot takes.
Great box office. Christmas, as Ron would say. Ho, ho, ho. Wicked for Good. Finally put a title on something that's going to be longer than the play. Lord of the Rings, that piece of trash, no thanks. Let's see. Creature Commandos, another copycat show. Happy Gilmore, I love the idea. I want to see it so bad. And bring Jessica back. She looks hot in that outfit.
Damn right.
Deadpool and Wolverine comedy. I like this idea. Rust is done. As I said last week, folks, we knew it would happen. One bite, you never forget. And Crocodile finally croaks at 90. At least he lived longer than me. I like it.
Hey, you'll live longer, GR. Great hot takes.
I'm not going to wood in that living longer part right there.
You're gonna live a long life, and we appreciate those hot takes tonight, GR. Great hot takes.
Thank you.
Great hot takes. Anyways, everybody, I'm so excited to find out who's doing hot takes. I guess Ron's not back yet. He's a walking the dog. So I'm gonna put it out to you right now. You tell us who should win hot takes, Jonathan, the thirsty daddy, or Ron up there. And I can't wait to find out who will be the hot take master for this evening. Yeah, we're gonna find out before we know it. So a lot of breaking news going down, though. A lot of breaking news, and let's talk about some of these things. So, because honestly. GR, the Rust thing. Let's go to you fast, GR, because we were talking about this Rust thing. I feel like this was like the most ongoing thing ever. Yeah, the thirsty daddy is here. I think this is like the most ongoing thing ever, GR. Are you shocked? Are you surprised? Are you amazed? Are you fascinated? And are you tickled innard?
We ain't going to talk about my innards on the show, okay? This whole thing was a political stunt by the local DA to get some press. And the courts basically told her, to shove it up her gazoo and go away. So they are. Well, Brian, we don't want to get demonetized by telling it what it is.
It's true. I mean, we might be already tonight, GR.
The woman was after votes for re-election, and that's why she filed the whole case on him.
Yeah.
I mean, the case had already been settled when the young lady got sentenced for what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever moron sent live ammo to a set and it ended up in a gun should have been shot.
Oh, boy.
That was a joke. Get it?
Again, there should never be live ammo on set. The fact that there was ever a situation where they were doing target practice on set in between any kind of setup is wrong. At lunch is wrong. Honestly, like I said before, I've worked on a lot of productions where you have guns on set. It's just what it is. I worked on a lot of Westerns. I worked on like a lot of cool stuff, but we always had precautions in play because they look fantastic when we have the squibs. It looks amazing with the blanks. And honestly, there's a realism that comes to the screen that you don't get when you do CG. And it's going to make me upset if we do lose that. And I think that this was a big case to actually push forward. But like, this is not right. And it got so shit the bed on. And I feel like it'll be forgotten tomorrow. I just think it might be.
The sad part is, Brian, a blank or a squib looks nothing like a real bullet. There's a slight difference. There's a piece of lead at the end of a real bullet.
It's true.
And any moron, I don't care how ungun knowledge you have. Even Torbett, who's what, 11 or 12?
12.
He could tell the difference with no problem. And an adult that can't tell the difference has no business even coming near a gun.
Truth. But a squib isn't a projectile. A squib, right? Isn't that's the thing in your shirt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the shirt and it blows up.
That's exactly right.
Even that's dangerous and requires professional attention and setup and things like that. And then a blank, it can still kill you. A blank still has.
That's what killed Bruce Lee's son.
Mm-hmm.
So
even
with a blank, you have to be careful. But a real bullet in a real gun on a set, the only people that should have that would be the security guards or the police officers who are protecting and patrolling that location. Not anything having to be used on camera. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous that happened, obviously. But I think what's also ridiculous is that it was all Alec Baldwin's fault in the media because he was the famous one. You know, if it was somebody else who was a producer who wasn't famous, yes, we would hear about it, but it wouldn't have blown up the way it did. He didn't deserve that.
It was an ongoing thing that will never end. But now it's done, Jonathan. Now it's done. And do you think, though, my question to you would be this, Jonathan, do you think that this will cause people to be a little bit better at gun safety on set? Or is this one of those cases where the way that the media took it, the way that it swept through, because it was Alec Baldwin, then it'll be forgotten and this could happen again like that?
I think it could happen again, but if it happens again, it's because somebody somehow didn't do their job just like this time. But I do think it raised awareness, and hopefully things can be adjusted and changed. You know, one of the interesting things I learned about when we were doing firearms training for something a long time ago is there's no such thing as a prop gun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can have the what do they call it, the trigger pins or firing pins removed, but it's still a real gun. You're working with real weaponry. And I think when you're doing that, you've got to have people in place who don't screw up, because as we've seen, it only takes one, if you want to call it innocent mistake, and it could cost somebody their life. So I think things will adjust, but I think it's the error of that person, not the producer.
I mean, that's, again, it's a deeper thing too, because it's like, I just wonder though, because I still can't wait to hear what Alec Baldwin says. Because at the end of the day, he's like, let me tell you my story about this, because there's been all these things saying that he stopped her training, he fired the other person and threw her in when she wasn't prepared to be taking over. And she was non-union, and she didn't know what she was doing, and she was rushed up. And then there's him flailing the gun on set and like pointing it at people and saying, "Shoot, shoot, shoot, shoot now."
Wait,
And
Alec
so-
was doing that?
Yes, there's a video of that, him flailing the gun around like this, go now, go now.
Alec,
And
I
so-
just backed you up, dude.
I
And
know.
You did that?
Yes, and so that's why I still feel like there could have been a lot more stuff that could have came out of this case than it did. You know?
Now, yes. Now, I knew that Alec was one of the producers, and I understand that producers hire the armorers or whatever. But I didn't think that Alec sat there and said, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to hire this person because they're the best for this job." I'm sure. I feel like it was somebody else's decision. Somebody else was hiring,
Usually it
whatever.
is.
And I had no idea that Alec was that careless on set, waving guns
That's-
around stuff like that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the video was crazy. He was like yelling at the crew, and they're like, "Well, he's a producer, so we don't want to like upset him." And that's what they were saying. And he was like flailing the gun around. That it's just, there's certain precautions to have guns all the time, and
You
so
know-
that's why it's stacked up. But that's the only thing I'm saying, John. That's why it's stacked up. And I still think at the end of the day, I wish we would have came out of this with a better taste in our mouths. That's it.
Man.
You know?
When I did Suicide Squad years and years ago, it was like background stunt stuff. It wasn't a big gig or anything. But even the plastic guns that we had, we couldn't even carry those with us away from the set. They would collect them if we were to walk somewhere, just for like perceived safety, I suppose. But they were plastic. There was no trigger, nothing, right?
Yeah.
They seem to be pretty responsible in that movie. Why
That's what
couldn't
should
they
be,
have
though.
done that with Rust?
Well, they were.
There's a reason for that, Jonathan. The reason they collected those guns is exactly what you said: safety. Kids and people have been killed because a police officer or some security person perceived as a real gun, and they fired, fearing their own safety, when it was nothing. It's
Maybe
happened way
there's-
too many times.
Maybe there's a way to create an actual fake gun for production use where there's no bullet. Almost like, remember cap guns? Remember those? Where there's just a little thing inside and it just
pops
sparks out. Yeah, maybe there's a way to create something that makes the entire practice safer. I don't know.
We'll talk about that when I run for president. We'll figure that out. Ron, what about that Happy Gilmore trailer, huh? Are you excited about that?
It looks fun, and I love that song that they brought. That the line of that one song in.
It's magic.
I think it's great. It gives you the nostalgia. And Adam Sandler is always consistent. You know what you're going to get.
Yeah. It's only been like 30 years, though. Can we live up to it, Ron? Can we live up to the first one?
Sure.
I feel like he said he wrote this script, and I remember when it leaked, and he was like, he talked to Shooter first, and then Shooter kind of leaked it. You know, he kind of put it out there, and he said, "Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that." And then they had to release the whole thing from Netflix, being like, "This is coming," and I'm really excited about it. I think it's nice they dropped this for the holidays. It's coming next year.
great.
They've been shooting for a while. It's fun. And I just hope that it's going to be living up to the first one. Can he have like, I was a gas attendant. He's like at the gas. He's like pouring through his crotch, and it's going in the air again. Can we do that again? Remember that? Remember he did all the different jobs. I was a janitor, and he's like riding the janitor, the broomstick. He's riding the gas hose.
I'm hoping there might be more age-appropriate gags because that could be
Maybe
very funny.
Maybe it's that, like around like all that time passing the jobs he did, right? He did the jobs that are age appropriate for those jobs.
Exactly.
And now he's going back to being like, for some reason, maybe there's a big goal. What could it be? A new jacket you get, or some kind of new league thing to get back? I know we want Bob Barker back. I know we want Bob. The price is wrong, bitch. I love it so much, but I don't think he's coming back.
I think so.
That's it. That was his line. That's the saying. That was what Adam Sandler punched him and said that, right? The price is wrong, bitch, and then he punched him.
Yep. The price is wrong.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting him back. Unfortunately, guys. And we don't need to do that. We just can honor him. Maybe they can do something at his grave or something like that. Bob Barker dies.
Punches the grave. Punches the grave and gets a blood again.
Did you say punch his grave?
Punch his grave.
Jesus.
It's Happy Gilmore. There's no rules.
It's like the worst thing I've ever heard.
There's no rules. And maybe I didn't think that through quite much.
Oh my God.
There are no rules for hot takes either. We do have a winner of hot takes, everybody. And I'm so excited to find out who won. Oh, we do have a winner. I'm going over here. Okay. Without further ado, everybody, happy Friday. Good to see you again. John's got a twinkle in his eye because we do have a winner of hot takes for this Friday edition of Kruse Control. I know it's been a long time for back in. And the winner of hot takes is Mr. Jonathan McFadden. Congratulations, Jonathan! Wow! Really?
One year go, everybody.
By the way, Brian,
Winner.
so
What?
you're in Michigan right now?
Yeah, I'm in Michigan right now.
You're visiting family?
Yeah.
And so they just heard you do that. They're like, what's he doing in there? Like,
Probably. They know. They know. They don't care. They know.
wow. Well, thanks
My
for
parents-
voting for me.
They know he's
everybody.
whacked.
That's really cool. Thank you.
Great hot takes. To the Academy, Jonathan, what do you say?
I've already messed up the first cue. I don't know what to say to the Academy. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank God, my agent, and to every young biracial male living in the Southeast who wants to become a successful Kruse Control guest host one day. Keep going. It's worth it.
Well,
Yes,
what
it
a
is. Yes.
kiss up.
Oh, Queen wrote that. She's like, Jonathan won. Cool. Ron, your day is coming again. Your day is coming again.
I guess it's gonna be underwear shot.
Underwear. You got to pull a Carter. That's what Carter did. Carter stepped up. He showed the tighty whities and he won. I'm saying he won tighty whities.
What are you talking about?
Carter,
Yes.
the Milk Master, one time, he just at the end of his hot takes, like, woo! He stood up and he was wearing tighty whities or whitey tighties, we're gonna call them, and he shook what God gave him, or and then he put it out there. That's all I'm saying. That's
What
right. Yeah,
surgery he gave him?
I didn't know he
Hey,
shook it.
whoa! I didn't say that. Round of applause.
Actually, you did say it, Brian.
That's great hot takes, everybody. Great hot takes. But one thing that I have been super excited about, I know there's already going to be some hate about this in the show. I already know there's going to be some hate. But there's another spinoff of Dexter coming, everybody. There's another spinoff. It's about, of course, the Trinity Killer. Can we talk about that? I call this my reboot, remake, kind of redo section. Everything that comes back, I'm like, there's something else we're doing. But if you're a Dexter fan, I know some of our people in our chat are not. But one of the biggest villains in Dexter was John Lithgow's Trinity Killer. He was awesome. I mean, John Lithgow, remember when he first got cast in this? It was season 4 of Dexter. People are like, oh, John Lithgow, he's from all these different shows where he's doing comedy. But if you go back in his early days where he did Cliffhanger, he was like the best villain ever. And he's just a great actor in general. But of course, Clyde Phillips coming back. They wrote the whole season, but they're doing a Trinity Killer prequel series about how Trinity became Trinity. Now, John Lithgow has agreed to come back to be the voice of Trinity in a voiceover type style like they did with Dexter's prequel series. The same thing. So you're going to hear the inner voice of Trinity, and that'll be John Lithgow talking about how he became the serial killer he became. They're going to cast someone younger that resembles him, and they're going to have him actually live through his initial stage. No. In the actual show of Dexter, they showcase how his sister had died in the shower, and his mother had died when she committed suicide. And his upbringing was crazy. And then he started murdering people in the bathtub based off that. Crazy, crazy stuff. And then he came to Dexter. He's been doing it for centuries, or not centuries, decades. For decades. And then not centuries, decades. I messed that one up. And now Dexter finally found him. I know, sad trumpet, GR. And now I think this idea is actually kind of fascinating because I love John Lithgow. I wish he could just be on the whole show. Like just John Lithgow just being a serial killer for a whole show. I would love. Yeah, Cliffhanger, right? William Buck Rogers, he was so great in Cliffhanger. I would love just to see John Lithgow be a villain. But the idea, like, I know I said it last week and everybody kind of was like, oh, but I like what they do with Michael C. Hall being the inner voice of the younger version of Dexter. And I think having John Lithgow be attached to this way will only give it more credibility and make you really want to see it because you have a phenomenal actor attached to this, and you have that that attachment to the original series. On top of that, I'm excited. I love this idea, and they wrote the whole series. Now they're going to start shooting in 2025. It was delayed. People were saying this is not happening. What?
Sorry, I said what an unflattering picture that is.
We're applause for John Lithgow right there. We're applause for John Lithgow. If you've watched him ever in this, he's great, Jonathan. And honestly, I just love what he did for the character. And he's so creepy and so like off. It's just like nerve wracking. You see him, and even there's that sequence in Dexter where he finds out who Dexter is, like, and he goes to his job and he's like, "Hello, Dexter Morgan," because he thinks his name is something different the whole time. He like reads his badge and looks him face to face at his job, and it's like, oh shit. And it's so much fun. And it was a pivotal moment in the whole Dexter. Probably the best season of Dexter was season 4. He was so good. So good. So the idea of doing this makes the most sense to me. You have an established serial killer in the show. That's amazing. Great actor, John Lithgow. I'm down. Let's make it happen. And they've done great stuff with the prequel. I'm excited about it. GR, Thirsty Daddy, you hate villain shows. You hate them so much. You like Dexter, though, right? Yeah, you're right. You're right, Alfred.
Yeah, well, you know why.
Can this work, though? I know, but can this work? Yeah, John Lithgow's character from Dexter, it's that a whole universe expanding. Is that good for the story? Is that good for the bang for the buck for Dexter? Or are you saying, fuck this shit, I'm taking the next train to Knoxville?
Well, I don't know what the next train to Knoxville, but that picture of Lithgow where he's wrapped up to his neck reminded me of Ron in Harrison.
Mm-hmm. So good. So good, right?
Yep.
But do you see this working? If John Lithgow's attached to it, can it be as big a hit as Dexter? It's a spinoff, GR. So spinoff and always a lot of times
it's not gonna outrun Dexter. Dexter was a very unique initial take of a character.
Yeah.
He
also killed Rita.
Reinvent the wheel.
He killed Rita.
Pardon me? I'm sorry.
He killed Rita. He killed Dexter's wife. He killed Rita's wife. He killed Dexter, which is fundamental to his whole story.
Oh my God, he did.
Yeah.
I'll stick with what I said. You can't reinvent the wheel. You can adapt it, but I don't think this is the right way to do it.
So do you think, I mean, this is green light, Paramount Plus. Is it going to be as big as Original Sin?
Possibly. Original Sin was okay, but it wasn't the original.
You got to watch the whole. You got to keep watching, GR. We got to keep watching, and we're not done yet. You got to keep watching.
Original Sin wasn't original.
Well, it's the origins of his sin.
It was in the Garden of Eden, but this isn't the Garden of Eden, Jonathan.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The new show is like Original Sin about Dexter. If you haven't seen it, Jonathan, the Dexter universe. Have you watched Dexter before?
I did see that entire series, but it was years and years and years ago. Yeah.
And so now, Jonathan, we have
hey,
and years.
Hey. If you haven't seen, because what happened after that, of course, we had Dexter New Blood came out.
Italian, okay?
And New Blood was Dexter he was a mountain man. He's a lumberjack. And and then we had that whole season with Harrison, which I still hate because I'm like, Harrison's such a little bitch in that show.
I don't know what you're talking about at this point.
Well, Dexter, there was a spinoff. So Dexter came back. Michael C. Hall came back for one more season called New Blood.
Never saw that.
It came out 3 years ago. And now they have the spinoff series called Original Sin. And that is about Dexter as a young child growing up, figuring his life out and the code and all that. And cool. The kid who plays him is so good. And Michael C. Hall does the voiceover. And it's all kind of like, which I love. We talked about it last week. The idea is that like I'm giving you a slight spoiler because you're going to find out more. He kind of dies at the end of the last season, but he's not dead. And the new season picks up him not being dead. And he's like, hey, your whole life flashes before your eyes. And we have Original Sin now, where he's reliving his whole life, and it's a new character, or it's an actor playing him, but the voiceover is him talking about his life. It's really great. And they're trying to do the same thing now with Trinity, which I think Trinity was the most fascinating character or villain that they had in Dexter. Can that translate though? Because I know people in the chat say, Jonathan, to us all the time, "Oh, the villain stuff, they're murderers, and people shouldn't be, giving these kind of like villains kind of a spectrum where they can showcase their whole life in their whole way." Is that bad, or do you think that this character is so interesting and pivotal to Dexter that it can be something standout, make a great series moving forward?
Winning. I was banging 7 grand.
I think the only thing producers are concerned about, or I should say the main thing, is what will make money. If we put John Lithgow in a series based on this other character, are we going to make money off of that? If the answer is most likely probably yes, I think they're going to do it. I don't think there's any moral questions going on there. Do we really want to highlight a villain? Yeah, if it's going to make us rich, we're
gonna do it.
I think that's what happens, and I don't think you can go wrong with John Lithgow. That's one of the things that makes him such a tremendous actor, is that he's great in everything that he does. Personally, my favorite John Lithgow film, Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh, it's so good. I love that movie so much. It's so good. It's so good.
And was he father in? Was there a movie called The Boogeyman? Like from the...
Yeah.
Is he the father in that too?
No, he was not.
Well,
I wish he was. I wish he was. I love that movie. Boogity boogity boo. I love the movie so much. It was so good. It was so good. There's like a Mr. Boogity 2, and like it's not as good. It's just not as good. It should be, but it's just not as good.
I would love to see them remake in the Hendersons. That would be awesome.
Right? And Dave Bautista can play Harry and the Hendersons. He can be the actual Sasquatch. I'd be all about that. And Dave would kick ass all day. And I think he'd be great. I think Dave is a Sasquatch. Like that'd be awesome. Bring it on, Dave. Bring it on, right, Dave? Right, Dave? I'm right, Dave? Thank you, Dave. Round of applause for Mr. Dave Bautista. I appreciate you.
There only so you can use those drops every now and then.
Jonathan Lithgow makes a great villain. Even if it's a subtle one.
He's a great villain. He's a great actor, and I think anything he does is worth seeing. So I'll check out this new Dexter thing.
Dude, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be fantastic. Ron, how you feeling about this? We've been talking about Dexter so much recently, Ron. I feel like every week there's more Dexter. And it's like we're making this whole multiversal universe that's like, oh, Dexter's doing this and Dexter's doing that. Is this too much, Ron? Are you all about it even? Are you like super excited to see them continue with Trinity?
Well, I got to tell you, for one thing, the thing about Jonathan, about Lithgow, yeah, he's great as a subtle villain. I worked with him on Third Rock from the Sun. He was,
oh my god,
amazing in that. He's just a consummate professional. He's really, really cool. I think Trinity sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I was shocked too when I heard that they had him on board too, Ron. They got him on board.
Yeah, we haven't seen him for a while, and so I am shocked. But to me, that means he really respected that role and wants to carry it on.
Dude, did you see? You haven't seen Conclave yet, have you?
I have not.
Conclave, he plays like one of the. I guess he's like one of the. I'm not good at all this religion stuff sometimes, but he's like one of the. He's trying to go for Pope pretty much. He's going for Pope.
Okay.
He's apostle, but he's trying to go for Pope. And so he's like, there's a lot of weird stuff happening between about maybe he tried to kill the previous Pope so he could become Pope. It's very fascinating. But he does such a great job. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh my God, John Lithgow just being sinister and being great. I'm like,
do you find him underrated?
I do sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like he hasn't had the career he should have had. I mean, he's had a great career, but people don't talk about his acting. And like him and Dexter was one of the best things he's done too. It was so good.
Yeah. Everybody always bring up John Lithgow. People bring up Harry and the Hendersons or the pig in the city.
Jonathan.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
and like that's it.
You know, I saw John Lithgow live on Broadway in The Retreat from Moscow, a play, and I sat front row.
Really?
Yeah, and it was in 2003. It was 1 year after I graduated high school, and I mean, it was the Booth Theater in Manhattan. Yeah, right. It's not a huge theater, right? So front row, you're like right there. They're looking right at you. Like I could almost reach up and shake his hand. I should have, but
you should have
watching. Right? Could you imagine during a dramatic play like that?
That'd been freaking awesome, man. He'd be like, "What the
somebody?"
WTF?
He probably would have shaken my hand, then I would have gotten kicked
and
out.
kept going. He wouldn't have broke. He wouldn't have broke.
Oh, that's interesting. But watching him up close like that, it gave me a respect that has transcended literally the decades of just seeing pure artistry and talent so close to me like that. You're right. He deserves a bit more star power. He's got it. He's got star power, but he could be. I know what's an actor whose career, or at least notoriety, you think should switch places with John Lithgow? Like somebody who's really well known and popular, but probably shouldn't be.
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry to hate on Chalamet. Somebody, my Valerie, who's on the show, she's like, "Why do you hate Chalamet so much? He's so good. He reminds me of you sometimes." I'm like, I just think it's too much sometimes. You know, I think he's in too many things.
Trade those.
Shatner. That'd be great. Shatner, switch it up.
Yeah.
Ron, what's your favorite? Okay, you worked on, because Ron, you've done a lot of jobs that a lot of people don't know about. Like Third Rock from the Sun. That's a big show, right?
Yeah.
How many seasons did you do on Third Rock from the Sun?
I think they did 4. I did 3.
What
you
were
did 3
you?
seasons.
What were you on that? A character?
I was Key Grip. No.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
What, do you have a favorite story from John Lithgow on that?
You guys.
You know what?
I've got one for you guys that I bet you don't know about John Lithgow.
Was I not talking?
Yeah, play out. Feels good, man.
I never connected, actually, which is odd for me, but I didn't connect with any of the cast on that show. Nothing was wrong. They were
even JGL?
Huh?
Even Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
No, not at all. Because she was like a kid. I mean, he was like 14. But no, and not Kristen. The only one, maybe Kristen a little bit. Because it was funny. I also did Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. And she came on at the set one day, which was right down the street from
Sounds
Third
like an
Rock.
adult film.
And she's like, she's
It
totally
was.
drunk. She's totally drunk. And she says to me, "What are you doing over here?" And she goes, "Why aren't you on our show?" And I'm like, "I quit that show a year ago." But she was dating Ryan Reynolds at the time, so that's why she was on that show. But I never really connected. I was in awe of Jane Curtin also from Saturday Night Live. In awe. And everybody was very focused on their character, and that was kind of it. That's kind of what you got.
Yeah.
But I respect it.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes.
I've got a Lithgow film you guys haven't mentioned tonight.
Okay.
What's that, GR?
The Accountant.
Wait, is that the Ben Affleck one?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, where Ben plays the
accountant
killer.
Yeah,
he was a killer accountant.
They're filming this. They filmed the second one.
Lithgow played the bad guy in the movie.
Oh, nice. Huh. He was great in that.
I loved it.
Yeah, well, there you go. There's another one. Round of applause for
I
John
didn't
Lithgow.
mention it because I'd never seen it or heard of it.
Well, that's a good reason to. No, you got to take a look at it. It was really good.
Well, John Lithgow was the man, I think.
As a sniper, I appreciated it.
Okay. Well, we have to dive further in that. GR was a sniper for years. You know that, Jonathan?
I don't know if he's. Are you being serious? I don't know if that's a joke.
He's a
or
sniper
not.
in Vietnam. It's a real story. He's
really in Vietnam.
Yes.
Yeah. He is a big sniper.
That's so badass.
Not to like give like, but, thank you for your service, GR.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you.
So cool.
GR definitely took out a lot of people. They were bad guys.
Shh. Of course, I never did that.
Yeah, just like Trinity did.
Yeah.
Or I should say Dexter. Trinity killed good people, actually. But I think this is a very fascinating premise overall.
That's you, Ron. I swear to God, that's you on the set.
We kind of were trying to recreate some of those angles when we were actually shooting the Harrison spinoff. We were trying to create those. So that's actually good because I think Tim captured that. But
I have that picture actually in my phone.
Yeah, we have that. We literally have that same you looking up like that.
Ron, I think that's how I met you, Ron.
In the garage. I think it was in the garage that day. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Jonathan's like, what? We did that. We did Harrison. Again, Jonathan, you probably know this. We did a spinoff called Harrison where I played Dexter's son, Harrison. I had blonde hair. I was killing a bunch of people. GR was a pedophile priest. Ron was Dr. Danko. That's a character from the books who actually helped train Dexter, but I thought it'd be cooler if he was a character that trained Harrison. And we tied that all into a lore of the pilot, and we have a whole pitch for it. So
yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
How dare you judge me, you little shit?
Was that the line?
That was GR's line, yeah.
Oh, yeah, one of them, yeah.
Like, GR, did I offend you? No.
We'll send you a link. We'll put the link in.
I would love to see that. Are you kidding me?
It's funny. You see
incredible.
Yeah,
I bet everybody would love
to kill me and feed me to my own dogs. That was fun.
I did feed him to his own dogs afterwards, because Harrison is no morals, no laws, no code. That's the pitch line for it. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, send me that link right away, or just let's use the last few minutes of the show to broadcast that.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, maybe we play the trailer after the end of it. Maybe
let's honestly do that. That would be awesome. I'm sure everybody would love to see it.
Yeah, we can put the trailer on. But I gotta say this. I have to do a little shifting around. But I gotta say this. I'm excited about this John Lithgow thing. I know before we got a lot of hate. We talked about Dexter last week. This week we're getting not bad. We're getting some love. And I think honestly, this is gonna be a great addition to this franchise. Yes. And everything they do is just paving the way for us to do Harrison eventually. And when it happens, I can't wait because I'll be SAG president. It'll be easier to get that produced. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, everybody, there's also a lot going on. There's also drama happening. And one thing that actually, if you have been keeping up with this one thing been going on constantly, been driving me like what happened on this, because this movie came out, Blake Lively, which was doing so well. It was doing so well. Everyone's like, oh, Blake Lively was right to Deadpool. Of course, Blake Lively is married to Ryan Reynolds. Everybody's excited about it, but apparently there's a lot of bad things that happen on set. Can we talk about that?
Yes.
We got to talk about this Blake Lively situation. We have to talk about it. If you haven't heard of this yet, It Ends With Us. Okay, that was a movie that came out. It was doing very well, but she came forward, Blake Lively, against director and co-star and fellow producer Justin Baldoni. Now, what happened with this? Apparently, while they were on set, Justin was saying some crazy stuff to her. Now, there was a lot of showing pornography to her and showing naked images of all these different people, asking her about her porn life. Did she watch enough porn? Did she like watching? I hate to say that word online. I probably get demonetized right there. Did you watch any of this? I'm not sure you don't. So what happened is she put these allegations came forward. Now, here's what she said that she was told. There were 20 things that came forward, she said, that were happening on set. So the first one was this. Now, apparently Justin came forward and said had lewd sexual comments and showed Blake Lively these nude images of other women, including his wife, which is weird. On top of that, too, he spoke to her about previously his porn addiction and asked her if she had a porn addiction and told her about his consumption. And then he also came forward and discussed with her and the employees on set about personal experience with his sex life, including how it relates to his spouses and others. He mentioned, on top of that, all the employees' personal times they got physical consent with other people in his life, and then he tried to get other people to actually have sexual acts with him. They added scenes during this that had them, during their filming, starting to make out with her more than she was supposed to be. On top of that, too, adding sexual scenes in the movie that weren't there and were not approved. There was no intimacy coordinator on set at this time. On top of that, too, they were talking about her dead father for some reason and trying to make sexual innuendos about the dead father on top of that, too. Called her trainer on top of that. Was asking about her weight and how actual heavy she is to find out where she's at. claimed to speak to Lively's. There's another thing, that dad thing. Ask her about religious beliefs and also about, again, tying into porn. On top of that, too, about her infant and if they were exposed to COVID and how she was not informed how their COVID situation went down. That's one thing. But I mean, this kept going and going and going. So now what happened on top of that, too, there's so many things that she didn't feel uncomfortable. She went to SAG about this. And she also filed a graphic complaint illustrated with text messages against the director and against Baldani and the company itself, which is Wayfarer Studios, and also co-founder James Heath, and all of California's Civil Rights Department. She filed this whole case against. Now, it's not an official lawsuit right now, but she filed a complaint. She filed SAG. SAG came forward and said, this is right. This should never happen on set. This went down during the whole thing, so much so that when they had to shut down for a while, she had a whole list of demands to start back up. And one was like, you can't show me pornographic images on your phone. You can't talk about my sex life. You can't ask me if I'm addicted to porn. You can't talk about my dead father. I'm like, this stuff is insane to me. How would this ever be a conversation on set? And on top of that, once she came forward, they started a whole smear campaign against her too. And SAG is behind her, saying that they're happy they're standing up. But the whole director and production came forward saying they're just trying to bury their careers, and that's why she's saying this. To me, I'm like, Blake Lively, she works, but she's not there all the time. I can't. She's also married to Ryan Reynolds. Why would you lie about this shit to me? I just don't see this being a lie thing. I think this is just some people that just started out and they felt very comfortable and they said things on set. And we're in the world right now where you can't say these things on set. Ever since Harvey Weinstein, I get we should feel comfortable sometimes. I'm all about that. I love being comfortable on set. To me personally, I think sometimes we hold back of making little jokes, but there's no need to pry into someone's sexual life like this. There's no need to talk about how they feel about any kind of personal situations behind closed doors. Anything you watch on your cell phones, you shouldn't be showing pictures of anybody else. You're on a professional set. You are at work. This should never come forward. And it sounds like a shit show that I think is going to lead to a lawsuit. Now, again, it's not officially a lawsuit yet, and the movie did really well. People love the movie. She came back and she finished shooting, but she felt harassed, sexually harassed, and she had to put this out there. Whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Ron,
too much.
What's going to happen with this? It's too. Do you think this is too much, like GR said? And do you think that this will be something to be a precedent to stop these kind of things happening on set?
Well, I think it happens on set. I don't think it happens rampantly. It doesn't happen all the time. Blake Lively is not liked. She is sort of the television Gwyneth Paltrow. Not liked. People just don't like her. So I really feel that something was almost masterminded, if you will. Somebody had something against her, and so they brought other stuff up because she's accused of things also from him. And it started literally the day the press release came out for this movie. All of a sudden, all this bad press started. And then they even showed an interview of this unknown interviewer interviewing Blake for a movie several years back. And the first thing she said to Blake was, "Oh, congratulations on your baby bump." And Blake said to her, "And to you too." Now, she wasn't pregnant.
I did see that. You're right. She did do that.
And after that, everything snowballed as far as things against Blake from that movie and how difficult it was. But you do have a point because, she's married to Ryan. Obviously, her success is, not
his success. It shouldn't be tied in.
Nowhere
but you hear the great things.
But this is interesting. I think that what's going to really bite her in the ass is the fact that she's just not liked. And I don't know why. I don't, she is just not liked.
Ron, I have heard that before
Does
too.
Anybody have a clue
heard
why?
That.
No,
I've heard
I don't.
That. I've heard she's been tough. She's been strict on people. She's treated people horribly. I've heard that. Yeah. I've heard that before. I've heard that.
She's a B word.
Well,
that's what I heard. Yes,
but,
which is also interesting though because I've worked with Ryan and I can't imagine him being attracted to something like that.
Well, that's been a big conversation before. Even we talk about it multiple times. I know, because when Sabrina's in the show all the time, she loved Ryan Reynolds, and she's like, and she'd even say, why is he married to this You know, why is she married to him? Why is he married to her? Because she's apparently the worst person in Hollywood. She works with her too. And Sabrina said when she worked with him, she was mean.
Scarlett Johansson to her, it's just,
it's crazy. Yeah. But do you think that is like, I mean, honestly, could this be, I mean, could it really be like someone just like, they know she's difficult on set and so they're trying to make her uncomfortable? Or do you think she's lying about it?
See, that's what's really weird. And I don't think she's lying about it. She might be exaggerating.
Yeah.
She might be a little bit too sensitive, which I have a hard time walking that line. I mean, because I understand it fully.
Well said, Ron.
What? But I don't think it's as simple as somebody wanted to make her uncomfortable on set. I think there's something bigger.
Well, there's also the fact that there's no lawsuit's been filed yet. You know what I mean? It's been more of a formal complaint and a lawsuit. And I think if you felt like it breached that, but there's also no intimacy coordinator, which is weird too, because that's where we're at this point. There's always intimacy coordinators.
They brought one in midway. They brought one in midway during production.
Okay, because they didn't have it initially, so maybe she called for it, and that's why it happened.
Yeah,
you know, and they're adding scenes. Look at Jonathan. Jonathan's itching at the bit right here. Yeah,
people hate Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Oh, she's like the stone cold princess. Just
really,
know. Yes.
Sensitive nipples.
I know, Dave. You have sensitive nipples.
Jonathan, she
out
rhymes with this.
No, I get you.
Oh
I get you.
boy.
Just, I'm so out of touch with this.
Well, at least I was subtle, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like all these stories you're talking about, it's like I had no idea this stuff was going on. I thought I was, in the know until I get on these shows with you. But
you're on the East Coast.
Is that it? Welcome to Kruse Control, Jonathan. Welcome to Kruse Control.
Jonathan, you remember the ski lawsuit we won last year?
The ski lawsuit?
The skiing lawsuit?
Yes.
Yeah, and then she countersued him for $1 and she won.
I didn't know about that part.
Yeah.
You're right, Ron. That was bullshit what happened there, too. That was total bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what has Ryan Reynolds said about all this? Did anybody talk to him?
Nothing.
He's never made any comments?
They keep their careers separate, too. So they don't. They really do.
Radio silence, which is interesting, too. Because this is like one of those things
they have a lot of fun in the bedroom.
Well, no, and it also feels like, I would say this so too. There's something telling about this. So you would think it would be like, there's an old song, like, I mean, I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna switch it though. It used to be like "Stand by Your Man." That song. I think it'd be the opposite. You know what I mean? Like you think that if your wife is in a situation, you have this kind of clout with a lot of different big production companies to step forward and be like, "This is bullshit." You know what I mean? And he hasn't said really anything about this.
Nothing.
It's really weird. But he married her. He loves her. Like, why, does he know that she's difficult, maybe? Is that a thing? These are, again.
And she's
come on, you can't be married to somebody and not know she's a bitch. Okay.
Well, sometimes you don't say that part out loud, though. You just don't say it. Like, you love them for their good and their bad,
you know it, Brian. Come on.
You might. You know it. You know it. What do you say then, GR? What do you say in that situation?
Nothing. I love you, darling.
You say nothing. You say nothing.
Exactly.
Jonathan, you hear about all this. Again, like Ron's saying this too, that maybe it's a thing where she is blowing this up. But at the end of the day, Jonathan, you don't know much about this world, these people you're saying right now. Do you think that this is a grander scheme problem that the union should have stepped in way earlier to deal with?
Well, if the union knew about it, yes. If she or somebody on set didn't report it, they're union reps, not psychics. So if they knew about it, then the union should step in and do something. And that's the union's job, right? So Blake should have let the union do what the union would do. I don't think I know enough about, sure, I read the articles that you sent, but I don't know enough about these people or enough about this story to give anything worthier than that. Like I don't really understand how anybody could do that in the first place repeatedly. And if somebody does something to you once or twice that you don't like and you say stop and they don't stop, and you let it keep going, well, now you're part of that. Now
At the end of the day, though, no one should be showing porn. I mean, I said it again. No one's showing that, adult, anybody on set,
You
that
have
was
no idea what
happening.
the crew does, then, Brian. You have no idea what the crew does.
Oh, I know, Ron. Well, that's the thing. Like, I've seen that stuff happen on set, But I would say, like, if it's enough to egg, you feel people out. I always say read the room.
Absolutely.
You read the room.
Your audience.
I like feeling people out.
Well, GR, of course you do. Run applause for GR feeling people out. I always say one thing, and I think here's the problem. Here's the problem that's happened since all this Me Too shit and all this. People just don't read the room. Sometimes you got to feel people out, and like Ron's saying, feel people out. Read the room. You see what people are like. You understand things. You know where you can cross a joke and you can't. And then other times it's like people are very sensitive sometimes too. But I think that maybe they went to, because initially how she's describing it was she was showing a cell phone for something, and they laughed about it, and then they kind of tried to bring it in conversation. I mean, it's just hard, It's just hard. You got celebrities sometimes don't want to be brought into that world, and sometimes they do.
Yeah,
the world has changed a lot. It just has. But I love the crew, Ron. I will tell you, I love the crew, and I feel like the crew's like saucy kind of. Sometimes it's gripping, and sometimes it's scandalous. I like that. I like it. But a lot of actors, some actors don't, and people are sometimes they have sensitive nipples like GR and Dave.
Right.
Hey.
I would wonder, is she the only one that they treated like that? Were there other people that aren't famous that were receiving the same kind of treatment, being shown the same material?
I haven't said that yet.
I think there's much more to this story, and hopefully we'll learn about it.
This has been like ramping up for the past week because she just filed this last week during the holiday season. So it's very fresh. And I think there's going to be a lot more news coming forward for it as we go into lawsuit territory, as we delve into where should it go? Did they cross the line or not? Like they shouldn't cross the line. Alfred said yes. I do think this is, as Ron was saying, it's a bigger conversation. Like I used to love, Hollywood has changed a lot. When I first moved here, we could joke about some stuff that was ridiculous. We used to joke about things all the time. And now it's like sometimes a joke goes too far. And that's a conversation about who's comfortable about what. GR, do you think this could be a conversation that was a joke that went too far? Or do you think that this was maybe they were mad at her and they were just trying to make her feel uneasy?
Hard to tell, Brian. I mean, she sounds like, as I said, she rhymed like this a lot. But then again, what kind of moron would be showing porn to somebody he's working with?
Especially an actor.
Right.
Especially an actor. That's a good point, Ron. Especially an
Ryan
actor.
Reynolds' wife.
Especially Ryan Reynolds' wife. Right. Oh, my God. Who you probably
showing Ryan Reynolds' wife porn,
What?
I mean, okay, I get you're horny, but what the
come
are you
on,
thinking?
I didn't even think about
They saw Deadpool.
Oh my God.
And they said about I got another limb when I watched Gossip Girl. You know what I mean? So maybe they watched that too, and they were having fun with that. I don't know.
The guy, in one word, the guy is a moron.
Oh yeah.
He obviously doesn't want a career in this industry.
How did he get where he got?
I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, this is his first big thing.
I never heard of him.
First big thing, and the director too. It's like they're.
And you won't after
Brian,
next year.
How about this? No. It's his last big thing.
There you go. I mean, the judgment call there is so off. How did he even get that far?
His what, Jonathan?
The judgment call there is just so off.
His what?
You're right, Queen. You're always taking a joke. You're always taking a chance to make a joke. You're always making a chance,
Judgment call?
Judgment call.
Judgment call.
Yeah. His what?
I don't get it. Hey, Brian, you'll love this. It was a long time ago. It was like in the 90s before all this sensitivity stuff. And I was a lot younger. I was a kid. And I remember being on the lot and I saw the wardrobe, the girls in wardrobe moving a rack of clothes like they would always do. And I know them. And I literally yell from across the lot, "Nice rack!" Nobody get anything?
Couldn't do that today, Jonathan.
No way.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't.
They didn't specify, Alfred. They didn't specify. I'm guessing whatever that guy liked. You know what I mean? I don't know. But that's also that can also be
Or
a
that girl in tights.
well, it could be. It can also be something that you're trying to initiate some kind of activity too. You know what I mean? People can take it
You
that way as well.
think?
You're going to show them that they might think that, oh, you want to get me naked, and then he was coming to her dressing room too, showing her stuff. On top of that, that's another part of it.
Inappropriate.
You know?
But I wonder, was she saying, hey, this is inappropriate, just stop? Or was she going, oh, that's crazy. Whoa, okay, well, if you find anything else, bring it over to me. Like, you never know.
She doesn't say that. No, she doesn't say anything what she said to them. That's the problem too, you know? Well, she said she didn't like it, but like, you know, who knows how far it went, you know? We'll have to see how it delves in deeper, which I'm very fascinated to hear more from the other side as well. They kept denying the allegations, deny. So we're going to have to see.
Queen was asking, was it men as well or just female images?
GR?
I wonder.
I think it's...
Makes you go,
Yep, makes you go, I think at the end of the day, as Ron said before, like these things, the jokes happen on set. They happen,
Good
but you have to judge your audience.
The rack, Ron.
Oh boy, GR. I should have put that one up there, huh? Should have put that one up there.
Sorry, I was just following up on Ron's comments.
Words make you go, Ron. Just because I'm going to go to Ron fast before we move on, because Ron worked in business for a long time. You've seen the changing of guards, how people have changed, how they think about things. Is this like maybe a new form of Hollywood not understanding like how we actually, because it's tough. I'm going to tell you, it's tough sometimes these days. And sometimes where this humor comes from, what I say is this, it's like, we're just trying to laugh so we're not like crying because we're spending most of our lives here. I think that's what it comes down to. And so we make these jokes sometimes just to like, because we see people upset and we're frustrated away from our friends and our family, our lives. Do you think that's what it is? Like, it's like the old school is still trying to crack those jokes and the new school just not understanding it. And how do you tell everybody moving forward how to have fun on set because of that loss of time?
You know, we've been doing sensitivity and sexual harassment meetings since the mid-90s. So my career had about 10 years without those things. So mid-90s, we've been doing that. And we literally would leave the training and we didn't know what to do with each other because the crews are very friendly. You spend all your time with them. You come in, you hug, you do all this stuff. You know, you look nice today. You look so pretty. We would do all of that and we'd get out of this thing and we're just like, don't talk to me, you know, because the way it was forced on you. So none of that is acceptable. And so if Justin's even doing a fraction of what she's claiming he did, it's unacceptable in 2025. And him, especially being a new player, that should be all he knows. He shouldn't even know about old school.
So he should not be in that spot at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yep. I agree with you, Ron. And I think we're going to find out a lot more about this as we move forward. But again, this has been Blow Up the Internet. Blake Lively. And we're going to have to wait and see. Because honestly, everybody's interested in it. I keep seeing on the internet. As much as everybody's interested in Christopher Nolan's new movie, everybody. And Christopher Nolan, we thought it was be like a cop helicopter movie. That was one thing. Another thing was maybe he's going to redo this other cop show, but apparently he's redoing the Odyssey. Can we talk about that in our featured story of the night? I never in a million years have been like, oh, Christopher Nolan's doing the Odyssey, Homers Odyssey. I never would have thought that. Based off all the rumors, we're going to go back. And Nolan's never done anything like this. They're making new IMAX technology to shoot this. On top of that, too, we're talking about this ancient Greek poem, one of the fundamental texts of like Western literature.
It was a story.
It was a poem. It started as a poem, GR. It started as a poem.
Actually,
it became
the
a story.
Story out of, I won't argue. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We'll dive into it. I know a lot. It's a big poem. It's a big story poem. But okay. But it's about, it tells the story of Odysseus, the king of Ithaca, and his perilous journey home from the Trojan War, exploring themes of heroism, loyalty, talking about cunningness, and the struggle to go against the divine will. And this tale includes, of course, epic battles with a bunch of different creatures, Greek gods at that time. We're talking about, Cyclops, the sirens, the witch goddess. There's a lot of people involved in this, and I'm really excited about this. And I'm really excited about where this is going because I think this is cool. I think Christopher Nolan's amazing, and him doing an epic Greek story like this is insane to me. I'm super excited about it. I never thought it was going to happen. I thought we were never going to. I thought it would be a cop movie. We're getting the Odyssey. That's nuts to me. And I think this is great for Nolan. I think that he hasn't done anything like this before. Like, why not let him dive in? Let him create new IMAX cameras and make something amazing. I'm stoked. And I think Tom Holland is probably gonna be the main character in this, of course. Or Matt Damon, because Matt Damon's in this too. Is Matt Damon the main character? And then, of course, maybe Tom Holland's a side character because Zendaya's in this too. It kind of makes sense that at the end of the
She's in everything.
Yeah, but at the end of this, he goes back to his wife. It kind of makes sense that it's Zendaya to me. I'm just saying, it kind of makes sense if he's like on his journey and then he goes back to Zendaya because they're together. People know they're together and they love them together. They cast them both. To me, that kind of feels like the world we're in. To me personally. What do we think? Are we excited? Does this make sense for Nolan's next movie, Jonathan? Are you super stoked? Are you like, what is happening with this world?
Now, this part I understand, I think, a little bit better. It's literally, when people say it's an epic, like, this is what they're talking about. This could be Academy Award winning again for him. Again, right? Because he's won some before, right? Hasn't he? Nolan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this could be. Yeah, I think this could be a generational masterpiece. It's that big of a story. Isn't this where we even get like the hero's journey and things like that? I mean, this. I'm sitting here thinking, gosh, I wonder why he hasn't done this already. I wonder why nobody has made this kind of masterpiece.
It's been since like the 90s or something like that where they did the last one, They've tried it, but like big budget like this, Universal Studios, IMAX cameras, we've never seen this before like this. And I think Nolan's going to bring a whole new spectrum to it, Jonathan.
I kind of like this more than the whole Lord of the Rings thing.
Right.
And we had 6 of those, 7 if you count this new one you talked about during breaking news.
But do you think this could be a thing? I mean, it's only one movie. Could they maybe it'll become like an epic journey, like a trilogy, maybe?
Maybe.
Never really had, like, he's done The Dark Knight, of course, but that was never like assumed to be a trilogy, Could this be something that the same grounds, you think, where he's going to start with one and Universal's going to push him for more?
I think that the budget for this is going to be so healthy and the actors are going to be so good that Nolan's pretty much going to have free reign to take whatever's going on up here and put it on that screen however he needs to do it. So I think we're going to not just see a great movie. I think we might see a new, you said like a new technology, right? We might see a new
IMAX technology.
Right. We might see something that we've never seen before, presented in a way that we've never seen it. And I think this is really exciting for the entire industry.
Talk to GR about this for a second. I got a 10-1. Sorry.
What do you think, GR?
I have to agree with you. I mean, he is such an Nolan is an incredible director. I have not had the privilege of working with him. I wish I could someday. I think really a little bit of
You're good. You're good.
A little bit of alcohol here. Let's try that again. a little bit. But anyway, I think where they take the story will direct where the storyline is going to go. Could they make it a multi-part, multi-film series? Absolutely, they could. But it depends where in this story they take it.
I'm looking at the chat here, and I see that William Buck Rogers and Alfred, you're saying, would people really be excited about this? Maybe it's just another period piece. I think a lot of that has to do with how they market it. When they finally make it and they start marketing this thing, are they really pushing? Are they ramping up the action sequences in this?
Well,
like Gladiator or 300, or is it gonna be something where it's
Jonathan, excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt. I was rude.
No, you're good.
But what I'm saying is they could make it, as Alfred said, a period piece.
It's
or they could bring it to the 21st century and make it an action adventure.
I think it's a period piece, GR. It's got to be. I mean, I love the idea of that.
I agree with you. I well see it as a period piece, but I can also see bringing that as a, how do I put this, a post-apocalyptic piece.
Yeah.
Where they bring it here to the 21st century and say, oh my God, the world has ended. Now we've got to travel back to our homeland, the Homer aspect, if you will.
I think they're going to approach it more like, what was that movie? It wasn't Passion of the Christ, but it was like it. That movie about.
I was thinking 2012, and you're going farther back.
Well, what's? Yes, I guess I went further back to 2012. What was that movie about those? It was like a native, not the Jungle Book, but it was like the natives in this.
Last Mohicans?
No, I don't think there was any dialogue in it. Do you know the movie I'm talking about?
Oh shit, you're going way back.
Are you talking about? Wait, are you going back, or is this the Apocalypto?
Maybe that one where it's just an epic masterpiece of a film. Same with Passion of the Christ, or if you look at the new Mary on Netflix, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
Anthony
something
Hopkins.
like that. Yeah, I don't think they're going to make this a modern adaptation. I think they're going to make this the quintessential version of the story.
But I just think though, and they're already talking about it being an epic movie, and that's developing. Yeah, you're developing new technology for this, but people were talking a freaking copter buddy cop movie. That's what they were saying it's going to be, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it comes to be this epic. Womp womp womp, right? That's what happens. Everybody freaking lies in Hollywood. John's got a twinkle in his eye, and GR's playing the sad trumpet. You know what I mean? And that's the journey we go through together, But that's what people were saying, and to me, I'm I was just shocked by this. I was just shocked.
I think sometimes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's what Queen's saying. The other side of the world. They get home. Yeah. Odysseus trying to get home, and that's the whole journey. And I think they're going to try to showcase that. I think Tom Holland's Odysseus, and I think that at the end of the day, I think that Matt Damon will be somebody to help him along the way. That's
the guide or the mentor in the whole hero's journey process, right?
That's it.
I think something that's interesting is when you've got somebody like Christopher Nolan, how could he possibly become any more successful at what it is that he does professionally, right? He has reached the top. And I think a lot of these people, it's not just about, for them, it's not just about making a little bit more money. I mean, when you got billions of dollars, do you really care if you make an extra few $100 million? I think for him, it's about...
Sure.
It's okay, maybe you do, but I think it's about that legacy and understanding that 50, 60, 85 years later, people may still be talking about the Odyssey the way we still talk about Planet of the Apes or the 10 Commandments or any of these other Ben-Hur. He wants to make what will become a classic, a timeless classic. And I think that's why he's doing it. Another buddy cop movie, sure, that'll make him money, but this will create a legacy.
This is something completely different. And he's never done some of this. I mean, you got Batman, of course, and Batman will keep him going forever. But this is something Gladiator. You know, like we're saying Gladiator, something that's going to be a movie that he can like sink his teeth into. Like, I'm going to make something that's going to really stick my name on forever. I agree with you, Jonathan. Did you hear what you're fighting us on this? You getting salty on us or what?
No, I was agreeing, but I'm sorry, Batman does not.
Yeah. That's his biggest thing now, though. If you ask me, it's his biggest thing. Really, I mean, Oppenheimer actually maybe is blowing that out of the water now. Maybe Oppenheimer is blowing it out of the water because Oppenheimer's a great movie. I love Nolan. I love Nolan. I worked with him in 2 movies. I love him. He's a fucking great guy.
This chat
as I said while you were busy, I've never had the privilege of working with him, and I hope someday I do.
Should make another bit.
But I mean, to make a thing, you don't put. I'm sorry, Jonathan, you don't put Planet of the Apes. I mean, the movies that are classics. I love Planet of the Apes, but it's not one of those movies that I would put with things like Gone with the Wind and a couple of the others that you mentioned. Because I
think I said Planet of the Apes and I meant 2001: A Space Odyssey, but I was thinking about those monkeys that the monkeys in the beginning with the famous song. I think that's what I meant, but I just left it there because that's what I said. So I left it.
With the giant iPhone.
But I won't try to recount the movies that you did quote because I've had way too much alcohol. But Nolan, with this movie, if he does it right, could cement himself in the lore of Hollywood with the people that we know of as true classics.
Mm-hmm.
He's got, the man is a talent beyond words.
GR, if you've only worked with him, like him on set is like one of the most amazing things ever. Like when I worked on Inception, like one of my first big things in Hollywood, like just to be in the room with him and how his energy, how people respect him, what he knows, how he stops takes. Because a lot of directors, they overshoot stuff a lot of times. And it's like they're overshooting. We gotta do this. Nolan will be like in the middle of like one shot, they're all this epic shit. And he's like, cut. Like, I know this scene's longer. And he's like, oh, moving on. Because like he goes, I know I'm gonna cut right there. I'm not gonna shoot more. Like he has the whole movie edited in his mind. And he can crack some really off-cuff jokes sometimes. And I think that goes back to our last conversation because he's good about that sometimes. It makes you comfortable.
Sounds like it.
You know, like, he fucking called me Tom Cruise the whole time. Collateral. He yelled at me and called Collateral, get on your mark. One of my favorite things.
Should we call you Tom from now on? Is that what you're saying, Brian?
One of my favorite things that would get him canceled. I don't think I've actually said in the show before. It might get him canceled though. And I wouldn't get him canceled because I wouldn't fucking cancel him. You know what I mean? Not me. I don't know if I should tell that story. Jonathan?
I don't know. I wouldn't risk it until after the movie comes out.
After the election. Okay, after the election.
Or after
you become president.
But yes. I think it would be cool to hear another story about working with him and what that's like.
There's a moment where if you watch Inception.
After we're off the air, Brian.
I'll give you this one. I'll give you this one because I love Nolan and I know that we've had conversations on this show. People like trash talking Nolan sometimes and it makes me mad. And I think I might have told this story. Maybe I didn't. But I was working on Inception, and there's a scene where Joseph Gordon-Levitt is trying to test. He's trying to test, like, like, oh, you're in a dream, you're not in a dream. Like, how do I know I'm not there? And they come down to a rocking chair, and they put him on a chair, and he kind of teeters, and it almost falls, but doesn't fall, and he wakes up, right? And so I sat in the chair. I didn't know what was happening, and I'm sat in the chair, and he goes, Brian, do you trust me? And, like, he's holding the back of my chair. I didn't know he was behind me. I'm sitting in the chair. I'm like, yes, Chris, I trust you. He goes, okay. And then he's holding the chair and he lets go. And I fall backwards and I land on a fucking huge crash mat that I did not know was there. No idea it was there. I landed, fucking spiraled back and I hit it. I was like, oh. And he goes, it's a work for Joseph. And I was like, oh shit. But I had no idea. But I trusted him.
It's a what for Joseph?
It'll work for Joseph.
Oh, it'll work. Oh my God. I mean, what the hell is that?
Oh, we lost Brian. There he is.
That's just who he. That's just because he knew we had a, and that's the thing. We had like a him and I, like when we were talking back and forth, an understanding of like I'm here for you, whatever you need me to do, you know. And we got that very early on. Like when I was talking to him, I'm like, honestly, I am here. I believe in your work and I believe in you and I trust you. And we had those conversations multiple times, so much so that he would joke me all the time. And when he grabbed me, I'm like, I believe in this man. And I didn't care, you know. Wow. And I fell and I was like, and I laughed out loud really hard. And Wally Pfister, the DP, is like, holy shit balls, that worked. And I'm like, I didn't give a fuck, you know. I'm like, it's cool. And so it's like you get in situations sometimes.
Is that because you were a stand-in for Joseph?
Yeah, I was a stand-in. Yeah, and it's double. So
that is so cool that you have these experiences with these legendary names.
We did a whole sequence. There's a castle in Inception. We lit the whole thing, walked through it like for an hour. We did one take with Joe, and then Wally Pfister, the DP, said, cut. And then Nolan goes, what? He goes, it's not right. He goes, what? What's wrong? We lit the whole thing for fucking Tom Cruise, not for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. We had to fix everything. And he looked at me and started laughing. We're good. And then,
wow.
Just to fuck with me for a second. You know what I mean? Just for that second to see my heart drop. And then they knew, you know, I was like first thing in Hollywood, you know? So.
Wow. Fun. You ought to write a book, man. You've got some really great stories.
Yeah. One day. One day.
He wants you to write a book, and somebody said they would make a movie about me, and I said, yeah, right. Anyway.
Brian. I think this Odyssey thing, I know people trash on Nolan sometimes. I would say I love Nolan. I trust what he does. I think he has the aspirations and the intellect for bigger and bigger movies based off stories that we haven't even covered yet. GR, that is Ozempic calling right now.
That's a landline.
I can't talk right now. I'm on the show.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. One of those. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Sorry, it was my neighbor across the street.
Secret Service.
Yeah, well, I can't tell people that, Brian. Come on.
You can't tell them. You can't tell them.
It's classified.
Yes, it is. It is. But I would say, at the end of the day, Nolan deserves respect. I'm excited about this new chapter at Universal. I was so upset about the Guy Pearce thing, about how Guy Pearce wasn't allowed to be cast after Memento because a Warner Brothers exec said they hated him, and so that Nolan could never cast him again. That pissed me off, and I hope they work together again. I hope he's in this too. This is an epic journey. You have Anne Hathaway in here. You got Tom Holland. You got Matt Damon. You got the casting keeps coming in form. Yeah, there's the casting keeps building and building because people want to work with him. I freaking can't wait for that day where it's just I'm acting with him again and I'm with him and that's it. That's me. I want to entrust in Nolan to conquer Hollywood, and I'm there for it.
If you know these people so well, why don't you just like call his office and say, hey, I want to be a part of this?
I think I never had representation to help me get that conversation going. You
don't even really need it. If the guy walked up to you and whispered in your ear, do you trust me? Right? Yeah. Then you've already got some sort of relationship there. Just call the office and tell them who you are and that you worked with them on Inception. Who knows? You might even get a phone call back. And if you don't, you're no worse off than not calling.
And I worked with his brother
on this show.
Dude, that's one day. I worked with his brother too on Westworld and
so
Lisa Joy was awesome.
Brian?
2025.
So give him a few days.
You've got 5 days and you better make that call.
In 2025, it's a new step, it's a new day, it's a new life for Kruse Control.
Look, Mr. President, we're going to talk about it when we're off the air. Anyways,
I'm excited about Odyssey. I know what Panel is. I know what Pep Star is. We lost Ron. He had to go pick up Torbit. Loved having Ron here too. We appreciate you all. Because why Pepe?
Because it's Friday.
And I'm happy to have you all here.
Punch Papa.
I know you love GR.
Anyways, everybody, solve that.
Happy Friday. Happy to have you here. as always, it was fun. It's always fun. Round of applause, everybody. I'm trying to figure out for next week. I know we were off for a little bit. I might do a Monday show. I might not. Depends on people, things in life. And we're down Wednesday
in Michigan.
Yes, I get back New Year's Day.
Spend time with your family.
Mm-hmm. We might be down until next Friday again. And then next Friday, we're going to start booting some stuff up. I got to talk to some people. I know we're joking about the SAG thing.
Who's Jonathan joking about that?
Well, no one's joking. I mean, we're talking about it a lot.
Oh, okay.
My joking is talking about it. I've actually got some irons in the fire here. So we're going to have some more conversations. I want to talk to a few people before we actually because 2025 is soon. I think the idea is to create a team, create a ballot, create a ballot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we appreciate you all in the chat. This might have a segment moving forward about pushing things, and not too much. We're not going to diverge from the show, but it might be about New Year's show. There might be a new. We'll see, Alfred. We're going to talk about it. There might be. It has to be like a low key, like I don't know. It might be like a whole like off the cuff show. We'll see. It might be a thing where it's like the day after New Year's. I'm going to talk to everybody and see where we're at. I've been trying to get people on board, but everyone's busy and doing stuff. And, Jonathan's here. GR's here, though. We're here, right?
I try to not book anything on New Year's Eve. I try to watch I like
I'm
to
usually
watch.
in bed by 10 o'clock on New Year's now.
Damn, GR. That's not thirsty. Thirsty.
You know what I miss, though? I miss Kathy Griffin and Anderson Cooper doing their thing live. That's what I loved about it.
Give me some popcorn.
Sorry, guys. I go back farther. I miss Dick Clark.
Yeah. Dick Clark was great.
I mean, I don't think I ever watched him ring in the new year, but yes, he is great. I'm just saying.
If you have to understand Italian to understand this one, John.
Oh no, I understand it.
Okay.
What? Who thought this was a good idea?
Okay, Pepe, calm down. Pepe is very opinionated sometimes.
I have strong opinions on that, but I will keep them to myself.
I know,
You
Pepe.
should.
We need a Pepe movie.
I'm also my mom's technology, which is not that great sometimes because I'm in Michigan. So I do my best with it, though. So thank you all for being here. Make a fan film. Well, I'm put the Dexter. I should. Oh God, it'd be kind of fun to watch the Harrison trailer right now, wouldn't it?
Let's do it. That's how we'll.
Would you be about that, GR, if I put the Harrison trailer on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Which one? We have like 3 versions.
Best one.
Okay. Hold
the
on.
garage scene, Brian.
Oh, that's a whole. I can't play the whole scene.
Have you played this on the show before?
I never have. No.
Never.
Oh, okay. So we're all going to experience this for the first time together.
Yeah. You hate it,
chat
love it, want more. Want it more, hate it more, want all of it. We did the Valley before, and so the Valley is like all up in that works. But the Harrison, okay. So let me think. I feel like is it the second trailer is the best one? I think it might be the first one. The first one's so good. Teaser trailer.
If we start now, maybe you can even play both of them.
Yes, it's true. I guess. Oh, this is the one I want. Okay, I have to download it though, because I'm not like prepared for this right now, Jonathan. You think I'm like right there? I'm not. I'm not prepared for it. I should have been prepared for it because I think that honestly I should have known that this could be a thing, and especially Ron in it. As
Shut
a whole.
up and download it,
or just send me the link and I'll share my screen so that you don't have to navigate away from yours.
Well, I've just downloaded the movie.
Oh, it's done.
I'm
great.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm almost there. I stall for fun. And I stall for life and liberty and pursuit of happiness.
Brian,
I'll tell you, you're good at stalling, but I don't think I've ever met anybody who is as skilled at the art of segues. Your segues
sometimes
are actually astounding.
You want to tie them together? What a concept!
Here's the initial trailer for Harrison. You guys want to watch it? Here we go. Okay, so think about Dexter, how he should be.
Tonight's the night. That's what my father would say. But I am not my father. I'm free. My surrogate mother would say I had a choice not to be this way. That I could be normal. She never understood what I am, what I have become. There is no light in my darkness, there is only darkness, completely merging and devouring my soul. We hunt together, slithering through the night. We are one. I'm my father's monster. Never-endingly damned by parental absence, my childhood was denied to me. Lost. Because of a code. But I won't kill him because of a code. I will kill him for me.
Harrison! That was a while ago.
What?
That's what I had.
That was a while ago.
What?
Harrison,
Wait a minute. Wow. Okay. Now, is this supposed to be a spoof on Dexter? Or
It's
is it
continuation?
but it's a drama.
Yeah, drama.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And that was GR?
Yeah,
Yeah, when I had hair.
and a mustache.
Wow. Can we see the next one?
There are more. I mean, they're
Yes.
all tied in.
Okay.
That one's like
You
the
saw
most
me as
Dexter
the
version.
priest. Ominous Dominus Ne.
I missed what came before the prayer. GR, what did you say?
I said I was a priest. Ominous Dominus Ne.
I'm gonna say,
Which is the way we put it is get those wops off of the grass.
the true teaser is freaking crazy. The true teaser is actually Peoples did a great job in the true teaser.
And I got to tell you something else too, Brian. The lighter hair, that's kind of working for you.
I tried it.
I kind of like it, man. I like it.
That was a while ago, man. I had blonde hair. That's crazy. I just did it for the show. That was it. I went for it. I'm like, you know what? Let's just try it. Where it says, what did Alfred say?
GR
I
was
was
well.
cast.
You pedophile priest. That's great. This is the teaser I can play next.
But
The
I
teaser's
not
fun.
only killed my victims, guys, I ate them.
Teaser's quicker. Here's the teaser. It's quicker.
These
Here you
two
go.
were committed.
Yeah.
Make it louder. Make it louder. Wait, I can do that on my end. Okay.
GR. That's the teaser.
I need more of this. I need more of this.
That's Harrison. But,
More, please? Please, sir. May I have
Like a-
some more?
we're not going to play the whole thing.
A little,
Bloody hell, mate. Learn to do the English accent.
We're going to play the whole thing. There's more. There's a lot more. I mean, there's the whole thing's like 16 minutes, the actual short film we did. And
I was just
then,
asking for one more
the
trailer. I think one more trailer is warranted.
All right,
I did this one. This
Go
is
ahead.
more.
Go for it,
One-
Brian.
One more, GR. The last trailer is
Go
kind of
for
like
it.
more Dexter kind of.
Nice.
Dexter kind of had these like little like light tones at times, that he would like fill in and like, do. We're kind of like, this is the world we live in. I guess we tried for something like that along with it, but I mean, honestly, the whole thing is pretty dark. It's very dark. I'll pull that in right now. If you're still with us, I don't know who's still with us right now.
Alfred is. She says it's coming to a theater near you.
It should be. One day.
Why
Let
not?
me pull this one.
It absolutely could be made. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think you absolutely captured the vibe from at least the original series. I don't know about the other ones, the prequels and the sequels and the thises and that's, but the original one, I see it.
Here you go, Jonathan. One more. Last one. Here we go. Harrison.
Daddy loves you. I want you to remember that every single day until I see you again. Daddy loves you. As I stand over the body of some deceased soul, I wonder, is this man a father? Did he love his son like every father should? Like my father claimed to have loved me?
My father, who art in hell, a serial killer with morality.
And how can I ever know the truth? Unless I hold true to my childhood promise.
These pictures represent father's victims, father's body of work.
I must remember every single day. Daddy loves you. Daddy loves me.
I'm not your father, Harrison. You can't kill me. Not this way. Master and Cody will die.
That's what I was told last. Until I see him again, Daddy loves me.
Yes, we need to have a watch party. All of us and everyone in the chat, the cruisers, whatever you call them, and we'll
Cruise-Troll.
I like that, the cruisers.
There you go. And we'll watch it all together. That would be awesome. I bet when you were filming at the beach, I bet people thought you were actually Tom Cruise, didn't they?
We actually shot at Dexter's house. We went to his actual house in Long Beach, and at the marina where they shot at, I found all the locations, and we shot at those. Yeah.
Did people think you were Tom Cruise?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I mean, we had people that were surrounded us, but we were just shooting our thing. And we were in and out as fast as we could be,
Wow. I want to see the whole thing. Can we do a watch party?
We do a watch party. GR has to be there. GR dies in like the first 8 minutes. Right, GR?
Right.
Such his life, dude.
Ominous day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, the funniest part for me personally was when we were shooting at the Catholic Church. Some background for the character.
Oh.
And I had to come out of the church and walk down the sidewalk. And I'm walking down this sidewalk in full Catholic garb. And there's two women walking toward me down the sidewalk. And I'm going, please don't ask me a question, please.
And did they, GR?
No, they didn't, thank God, because I would have just gone, in Italian or something.
Imagine if GR is on the other side of that confession screen, man.
Right?
There'll be 12 Hail Marys and whatever else,
You'd be like, give me $45 and we're good.
GR killed it. GR killed playing the pedophile priest. He killed it. It was great. Because the idea was, the pilot is Dexter in the very first episode, he kills a pedophile priest. And so it was Harrison's take on that. So the pilot opens with, Harrison killing a pedophile priest. But it's also like tying in the voiceover with the actual kill scene, how he's different from his father. Even that last trailer is called, Daddy Loves You, because that's the last thing before, at the very end of Dexter, the last thing that Dexter says to Harrison is, Daddy loves you. And so it was the last words he heard. And then he fucking sent him off. And so the last words I heard and what that means to me and who I am, how that changes a person, you know, then all of a sudden your dad's just gone. And then what they did on New Blood was Harrison came in, but it was so like not fulfilling for me because I feel like after all that time, your father sends you off to live with a serial killer and leaves you, you know, for all your formative times in your life, and you come in and just be like, "Hi, Dad." It's like, no, there's much more that has to happen there, and that's why I hated New Blood. It's like there's so much more depth to that character that's just not shown. Pissed me off. I think you don't see him until he's a fully formed serial killer, and then you meet, and then you have that moment, and that's so much more impactful. And that's what I want with Harrison. Well, that's the one with Harrison, but they did Dexter, and so now I'm kind of tied to that now. You know what I mean? But my show, Dexter came in at the very end. So I had 5 seasons planned, and the 5th season where Dexter's big kill came down, that would be the big climactic thing. It was going to be one of those big serial killers where he was kind of driving him to be the person. He's finally going to kill him. And then Dexter comes in, and we have that moment. And then ends up being Dexter on Harrison's table, and then Harrison kills Dexter, and that's how he dies.
I mean,
thanks, Alfred.
That's awesome, and I think I think you need to really show it to your people here, and I don't know, see if you can sell it, get it out there somehow.
Oh, we're gonna repitch this now for sure.
Yeah,
why not?
But yeah. We're way over, everybody. Happy Friday. Appreciate you as always.
Great times.
My father's going to bed.
Great times.
My father's going to bed soon.
Fair enough. Let's talk after the new year, Brian.
We will. Shut up.
About some future
Brian,
plans, huh?
Wrap it up. we'll talk in a few minutes.
Well, plus with you. Thank you, Dr. Rogers. Thank you, everybody, for tonight. No, we're going to talk because there's a lot that has to happen. There's people I want to strategically place because I was talking to some of my family members too that might be able to
wrap
help.
up the show and then we'll talk.
We'll talk. GR's done.
We'll have a separate meeting.
No, I'm just.
GR, you done?
Yeah, wrap it up. Love you.
I'm sorry, Brian. I just I was watching some shit last night. Really got under my skin. Because these are all lies.
I know.
Shut it down.
Sorry, Petty.
All right. We got to get out of here.
Brian, did you see those raccoons in the yard? I think one of them was wearing your necktie. That mother.
Damn it, Peppy.
Peppy and Dave won't shut up.
Get it. Get my neck pad. Get my neck pad back.
Okay, Brian, take over.
I will take over. All right. Thank you all for being here on Kruse Control. As always, we appreciate you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you had a great time. It's been a little bit since we've been here. We appreciate you as always. We got to wrap this ship up. We got to keep spreading that love, spreading that joy. The numbers keep going up because of you. Thank you, Alfred. Appreciate you being here, man. As everybody else out there, we love you. And we're happy you're here to support us. We're here for you because at the end of the day, we're having a great time, having a good time. And we're getting GR those honeys because that's what he needs too. Until next time, everybody, you gotta keep spreading that love. You gotta keep spreading that love because there's a lot of people out there don't know about Kruse Control, and that's a problem. So keep spreading love. You can tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great grandmas and grandparents that were elves and they were also Santa Claus at one point. They had Mrs. Al Claus there. They were having a great time. That's fantastic, amazing. They're all together having a great time in the North Pole, and they're having a great time there with polar bears and the beavers and the bears and the badgers. And oh my! And the walruses there. What's his name? Like he has a fucking huge, massive walrus tooth thing. And they're hanging on the North Pole there and making snow animals. Those are great. That's what you can do. You can tell that all the beavers out there, all the multiversal creatures out there too. You gotta tell them. Yes, I can't do this right now. I'm so drunk. Have a good time. Happy Friday. I'm in Michigan. I can't do it. But I will say this at the end of the day. Happy Friday. Take care of yourselves. We love you.
Happy New Year.
Did you say all beavers and multiversal creatures?
Yes. They need to stop hacking at people's penises. And when that happens, I'll be serious again. But until that day, everybody, happy Friday. Happy New Year. Please enjoy it. If I don't see you before the New Year, this is episode 280. And, we're going to come back for another 7,000. So we can't talk about that later.
And if you're going to
Thank
go
you, as
somewhere,
always.
take an Uber. Don't drive. Take
Yes.
an Uber if you're going to go somewhere on New Year's. Don't drive.
And as John,
Or a
as John
lift.
says, as John says, if you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and take an Uber. Until next time,
Or
everybody.
left.
We'll see you next time. Until then, see ya.
See ya.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live.